Hello, this is Kim Pippa-Tonneson, and we are going to talk about your brain and ChatGPT, starting with a study done by MIT that was split into 3 groups. One that wrote an essay using ChatGPT, another that wrote an essay using search engine research, and another that just used their brain to write an essay. During this, an EEG was used to record their brain activity, and the researchers were looking to assess their cognitive engagement. What happened here in the results is that the brain connectivity was shown to scale down with the amount of external support given. So the brain-only group had the strongest, widest ranging networks, whereas the search engine group had intermediate engagement, and the ChatGPT group had the weakest coupling or brain coherence overall. So you can see the 3 groups here. This is the ChatGPT group in red, and the quoting accuracy was significantly different across these conditions. The ChatGPT group, within those participants, 83% failed to provide a correct quotation from what they wrote. The search engine group, 11% had that same difficulty, and the same with the brain only. So the search engine group and the brain only group could accurately quote from what they had written, but it was much harder to do so for the group using ChatGPT. So in light of that, I want you to think about the internal versus the external. What knowledge do you hold within? We, as human beings, know that with the advent of the internet, we can go find any information we like. And what happens sometimes is that we have external knowledge there, we know where to find it, but we do not internalize that knowledge, and therefore it makes it difficult to know different issues or different skills that are important to us, right? So when you internalize knowledge, when you memorize it, when you teach it to somebody else, when you review it and come to know it well, you internalize it and hold it within you, and that is a very intelligent and strong place to be. If all our knowledge lies externally from us, it makes it where we are reliant on outside sources for our brain power, and you want to be aware of that. So in light of that, however, I do want to discuss how learning to write benefits you. So if you can internalize the knowledge of how to compose an essay, how to compose a focused paragraph, and the things that you will learn in your English course, this can benefit you in several ways in your day-to-day lives. The writing and revision process helps you to learn how to better organize your thoughts in general. It helps your brain to focus as well, so that you're really focusing on just one idea at a time and not so scattered in the way you develop ideas, especially in writing. But this can play over into your communication style as well. It also aids you in your professional life because it can help you communicate effectively and compassionately with your colleagues, and it engages your critical thinking skills. So when you do have this internal knowledge, you are better able to make good decisions on topics that impact your life. And it also helps in your relationships because it can help you maintain more effective communication. So having good English and composition skills is really of a benefit to you. So, of course, we have the help of AI now, and this has pervaded many aspects of our lives, of our tools, and there are ethical ways to use it, and there are unethical ways. So in this course, I'm asking you to only use AI-generated text in ethical ways. So one of the ways you can do this is to treat ChatGPT like a tutor ask it to explain parts of a text or explain an assignment or concept to you that you don't understand. Or you could use it as a study aid, asking it to create flashcards, tables, or mock quizzes. And that can help you prepare for an assignment that's coming up without having ChatGPT do the assignment for you, which of course you want to avoid. Here's some examples of ethical use versus cheating. So you can ask ChatGPT to help you understand a writing assignment, to break it into steps for you, or clarify ideas. But you would not want to have ChatGPT generate text and submit that as your own original work. You can use AI as a study aid to quiz you before a test, but you wouldn't want to use answers or information supplied by AI. An ethical use would also be to identify search terms, seminal works, and a variety of research avenues on your topic, but you wouldn't want to use quotes and citations provided by AI without verification. You also want to remember that a lot of the quotes provided by AI are sometimes made-up quotes and they don't actually have a valid source. And you want to ask yourself, is this something an ethical human tutor would do? So that should be your rule when you're approaching the use of AI, is making sure you're using it as an ethical tutor would be helping you. So you would not want to use AI to think, analyze, apply, evaluate, or write for you. You want to keep that thinking process in your brain and just use AI as your assistant. You can also use AI to proofread. And here is a specific prompt that can help you tell AI what you want without having it write for you. So you want to make sure to specify that you do not want it to suggest changes or provide examples on how to fix the problems, but you want it to point out your errors and give you information on what the problem is, what the rule is, so that you can fix it on your own. And it can even provide a link for you to get more information on what you need to work on there. Next, we can look at using AI to help with time management and procrastination. So you can enter your assignments, talk about your limitations and your commitments, and ask for a daily schedule to be drawn up for you. You can also ask how to begin an assignment and explain what the assignment's asking you to do. Again, without having AI do the assignment for you. So this is an example prompt that you can use. Next, for DSPS accommodation, you can approach your DSPS counselor based on your limitations. For example, if you do have trouble with dyslexia, there are ways you can prompt AI to help you check for those errors that are hard for you to see, and this could be written into your DSPS accommodation. It's likely that if this is written into your accommodation and you use AI to help you in those ways, that instructors would be likely to require you to submit the transcripts of the chat along with your assignment. And for this class, I want you to make sure to not allow AI to steal your voice. So I am asking you not to use AI-generated text for assignments. You can use AI in those ethical ways that I showed you, but I want you to use your unique brain and unique voice to write your assignments. So this information is in the plagiarism policy in the syllabus. Please review that. Let me know if you have any questions, and thank you for listening.